Hey, welcome to my channel. This video is going to help you recognize anxiety in your dog. It can be pretty easy to miss anxiety in your dog, especially if it is long-term anxiety or severe anxiety. Sometimes anxiety can be pretty obvious, and this is the type of anxiety that happens more in the short term when you can physically see it on your dog, you can read their body language, and you can see that something is really causing them anxiety in the moment. To notice anxiety in your dog in the moment, your dog may be shaking, they'll have their tail tucked in under their body, they may be trembling, they may be trying to hide, whether that's hide behind you or underneath something. In the moment, in addition to maybe shaking, trembling, hiding, your dog may have their ears pulled back or pinned back, but your dog may also be experiencing more of a constant, consistent type of anxiety. And these signs are more subtle. It is important to recognize the subtle signs of anxiety so we can prevent it from becoming worse, so that it isn't a constant and consistent state of feeling for your dog. Because then more behavioral concerns or health challenges will occur if your dog is experiencing a lot of anxiety more frequently. As our dog's caregiver, it is our responsibility to take the time to notice these signs and to do something about them when we see them. I'm going to list some signs of anxiety in our dogs, but know that these behaviors or these traits can also be signs of other issues, other health issues or behavioral issues. And if your dog is experiencing some of these, it may not mean that they have anxiety at all. These things can just happen, and if they're a one-off type of thing, or if you only have one of these on the list, then it's more likely not anxiety, but something else. If you feel that your dog is most of these things, then that definitely could point to anxiety, but definitely take your dog to a trusted veterinarian for a proper diagnosis and for treatment. There are medications that you can give your dog. There are environmental changes that you can provide for your dog. There are holistic methods. There are many different ways to treat anxiety. Do some research, I suggest visiting multiple professionals, not just one, getting second opinions, especially when it comes to treatments. Some treatments can actually be more damaging than others, and every dog is different. Just like when it comes to humans and anxiety, there are many different ways to treat and deal with anxiety, and a lot of different beliefs from different vets. Some that maybe use more natural and holistic methods, and some that prefer prescription medications. Overall, do what you feel is best for your lifestyle and your dog's lifestyle, for your dog's health, for your health, but it's good to be mindful of some of the warning signs, which is what I'm going to tell you now. So if your dog is experiencing diarrhea frequently, that can be a sign of anxiety. And of course, diarrhea, it can be a sign of many different things. Excessive yawning, so when dogs are stressed, feeling anxious in the moment, they will often yawn. Destructive behaviors can be a sign of anxiety. This is more often seen in separation anxiety. If you leave your dog alone, they start to destroy, rip up the house or the couch or chew on the walls, the baseboards, things like that. This can be because they are anxious. Compulsive behaviors can be a sign of anxiety. These are things like compulsive licking or chewing. Often dogs will lick or chew their feet. And if they do this compulsively, if they do it frequently, a lot, this can be a sign of anxiety. Dogs that are anxious or stressed, they will drool more. So if your dog is drooling a lot more than usual, this can be a sign of anxiety. And of course, putting all of these signs together, if your dog is doing maybe 4 out of the 5, then definitely look more into how to treat or prevent anxiety. Another sign can be increased shedding if your dog is losing a lot of hair. This can be in cats too because they overgroom. I had an anxious cat and she would overgroom her belly and there'd be patches of skin, or the fur would be blotchy sometimes. This is because she was anxious and over grooming, licking herself to the point of having some bald spots, but that stopped once the root of her anxiety was addressed. So dogs may have this too. Dogs may excessively bark or whine. So excessive, this means they're doing it way more than usual, especially if you notice changes in their patterns or their behaviors. They're suddenly doing something more than they have ever done in the past. Dogs, when they are stressed or anxious, they may smack or lick their lips. They may also pant, so breathe really heavily, and they may pace around a lot. Some dogs that are anxious, they just can't seem to settle. They're sitting here for 1 minute and then they're up and moving somewhere else, and then they're here and they're there, and they're just never able to just relax and lay down in one spot for too long. They're doing a lot of pacing and they just can't seem to settle. So those are some signs to watch out for to give you insight into whether your dog is experiencing anxiety. So what causes anxiety in dogs? There can be many different causes. One cause could be experience from puppyhood when they were young, something that happened to them, an early life experience. If your dog is left alone for long periods of time frequently, often, that can cause anxiety, being alone for a long time. Boredom can cause anxiety. If your dog doesn't have enough enrichment in their life, if they're not able to exercise or play or have mental stimulation, if they're not getting enough of that, that will cause boredom, which can likely cause anxiety. Loud noises can cause anxiety. If your home is often bustling, there's a lot of noise, it's constant chatter, yelling, screaming, slamming, loud noises such as fireworks or lots of sirens or traffic all the time, that can cause anxiety for your dog. Your dog can also become anxious from recent changes in the household or within the family. If someone leaves or if there's a new family member that comes, new pets that come, a new baby, anything that changes the household dynamic can be stressful and cause anxiety for your dog. Even moving to a new house, depending on your dog's age or how familiar they have been with their house. Using punishment-based training techniques will cause anxiety over time. These are things like yelling, hitting, being rough with your dog can cause anxiety. Forcing your dog to be touched, hugged, or held when they don't want to be, when they feel uncomfortable, that can cause anxiety. Shock collars can cause anxiety. And not providing your dog with enough rest every day can cause anxiety as well. Your dog can be overstimulated. Dogs actually need a lot of rest. They need 18 plus hours of sleep. So is your dog getting enough rest? And then those hours where they are awake, they're not always active. They do need exercise, physical exercise, mental exercise, and mental stimulation, but it isn't for really, really long periods of time. Also consider your dog's breed, what your dog was bred to do, whether it's a working dog, a cattle dog, herding dog. What is your dog's breed's history? This can play into how active your dog likes to be and the types of activities that your dog likes to do. Overworking or over-exercising your dog can also cause anxiety. So there's a balance that you need to find, not overworking and over-exercising your dog too much and not underdoing it and causing your dog to be bored. A lack of opportunities for your dog to express normal species behaviors such as digging, chewing, sniffing, running, retrieving, herding. Again, look at your dog's breed, but all dogs need to have the opportunities to dig, to chew, to use their nose. If your dog isn't getting those type of opportunities, they can experience anxiety. When it comes to dealing or treating anxiety in your dog, the most important thing is to get to the root cause of the problem. What is causing your dog anxiety? And then remove whatever that is. But it's not always that easy. You're not able to be 100% sure of what the root cause is, and you're not always able to remove the cause of your dog's anxiety. Especially if it's something like adding a member to the household, or if someone that your dog spent a lot of time with passes away, you can't do anything about that. You can't remove that root cause of anxiety. If you can remove it, then definitely do whatever you can to help your dog in that way, to remove what you can about the stressor, about the cause. Removing the stressful trigger is definitely something that you should consider or try to do. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, visit a vet or a trainer that can help you with anxiety. But some stuff that you can do on your own is making sure that your dog is getting daily exercise. This doesn't have to be a walk every day. It could be playing in the house or the backyard. Find something that fits your lifestyle and do something different. Don't always do the same walk or the same game. Keep it interesting for your dog, but definitely provide them with daily exercise. Physical exercise. Let them move their body. Also provide them with mental exercise. Let them use their brain. This goes back to providing opportunities for your dog to act like a dog, to chew, to sniff, to run, to dig. Let your dog be a dog and let them use their brain. Let them solve problems, think things out, provide them with food puzzles, play some training games with them, or just any games in general. Make sure that they are using their mind as well as their bodies. Give your dog lots of rest. Make sure that when you are interacting with your dog, it's not always like this intense physical activity or mental activity. Make sure that you do calming and restful activities with your dog as well. Have that good balance. Stop doing activities with your dog that causes your dog to be highly aroused or overstimulated. So if you are doing something with your dog and you notice that your dog is becoming too excited, overly excited, it's a high arousal activity. Your dog is overstimulated. Sometimes these activities can look like a lot of fun for your dog. Like a lot of dogs that enjoy fetch, that can be so exciting that it's almost too exciting and they can't handle it. Border collies are a dog that this often happens to, where they get so obsessive over the activity that it's not healthy for them, that they're too aroused, that they're too excited, that they're overstimulated. So avoid doing these type of activities with your dog. Even though it looks like your dog is having so much fun and you're thinking, oh, my dog loves to play fetch, my dog loves to run, my dog loves to do this, my dog loves to go to the dog park. But when they're there, they seem agitated, they seem excited and happy, but at the same time, like they can't control themselves. They're too much, they're too excited, and they maybe get so excited they get like a little nippy with other dogs, or they get so excited they bark at you to continue going. I know my dog Penny kind of has this tendency that she'll get so excited about the ball that she will just bark the minute I stop, and she's kind of ordering me, bossing me to throw the ball again. This is too excited. This is too overstimulated, too aroused. And if your dog is in this state, kind of a frenzy, frantic, but happy and excited state, if they're in this state too often, they can develop anxiety, because this isn't a safe, healthy way to be. So try to avoid those type of activities. Once in a while is okay, and you know your dog loves to do this activity or play fetch or whatever it is that causes them so much excitement. Doing it less frequently and for shorter periods of time will help them be able to regulate themselves. So over time, they will be able to enjoy the activity more, have more fun doing it, be safer doing it, and you will be able to do it with them more if you dial it back and do it less frequently now. There are also calming tools such as anxiety wraps or jackets, vests that you can put on your dog. There are oils and sprays. You can give your dog massages, even acupuncture. These can all help with anxiety. But overall, treatment between dogs can vary depending on the root of the anxiety, depending on your dog's personality, and depending on your lifestyle. Some dogs may also find some things more relaxing than others. For example, a massage can be really relaxing for one dog, and a massage can be stressful for another dog. So every dog varies, and you need to find out what works for you and your dog. I hope this video was helpful and you were able to identify if your dog has anxiety, maybe how severe anxiety is, and what you can do about it right now at home before visiting a vet or someone else to look at other treatments for anxiety. But anxiety in dogs is a really big topic, and obviously I'm only covering some of it right now, but I definitely think it can give you a better insight into understanding anxiety in dogs and knowing when your dog may be anxious and knowing some ways to calm your dog down or provide your dog with some ways to deal with their anxiety. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Pets are more than just animals. They are spiritual beings with unique personalities and energies. Do you love your dog and want to live in harmony with your dog while understanding their needs and emotions? Instead of feeling frustrated or overwhelmed by your dog's behavior, improve your relationship with your dog and help them heal from any physical, mental, or emotional issues. I offer a unique combination of positive reinforcement training methods with energy healing techniques, animal communication, and tarot. Receive a personalized action plan created by a certified dog trainer and animal communicator. This package is perfect for anyone who wants to enhance and enchant their life with their dog. Don't miss this opportunity to get this amazing package. Apply now and get ready to create a magical relationship with your dog.